Hello friends, how are you? Here we'll discuss introduction of genetic algorithm. Okay, so we can see y is equal to fx. So this is one function. For example, y is equal to 3x minus 12 by 4. So it is one function. So can you determine an optimal value for y? So we have to identify the x. For that, the value of y is maximum or minimum. So that is called optimum value or the best value. So optimum or best value, that is either maximum or minimum value. So in optimization technique, we identify, we need to optimize this y value, either maximize or minimize. So for that we need to identify the x. So already traditional techniques are there. So we can say minimize or maximize yi, where fi function where the x1, x2 to xn, these are what the independent variables, and some constraints are also there. So we have to satisfy the constraints also. Okay, now it may be, so the optimization problem is what? So optimization problem, so we have to maximize or minimize something. Now it may be unconstrained optimization or constraint optimization. In unconstrained optimization, problems without any functional constraints. So constraints are not there. Okay, so minimize y. The function is what? Y is equal to x1 minus 5 whole square plus x2 minus x whole square. So we have to identify the x1 and x2. For that, why the value of y is maximum. And in constant optimization problems with one or more functional constraint. So we have to satisfy the constraints and then we have to identify the maximum or minimum value of y. Now different types of traditional techniques are there. So integer programming techniques, where if all the variables are integer, so for example minimize or maximize y, where y is equal to fx x1 plus x2 or is equal to x1 plus 2x2, where subject to, that means this is the constant part, we have to satisfy the constant and we have to minimize the y value. Similarly, it may be the real value problem. If all the variables in real values, it may be the mixed integer programming problem, where variables are mixed type, or it may be the linear optimization problem. Okay, so if optimization function and the constraints are the linear function, we can see, you can example minimize y and the function is x1 plus 2x2. So this is what, or the subject to, that means constraint is what? X1 plus x2 less than equal to 4, or if x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 10. So these are the constraint, this is the function, and we have to optimize this particular function, and we have to identify the minimum y value. Okay, now, or it may be the nonlinear optimization function. So if any of the objective function or constraints or both are nonlinear function. So for example, maximize y, where the function is what? X1 square plus 3x2 to the power q. So x1, x2, these are the variables, these are the independent variables, y is the dependent variables, subject to. So these two are the constraints. So we have to satisfy these two particular constraints, and we have to identify the best x1 and x2 values so that the y is the maximum. So optimization function, it may be minimization function or maximization function. So there is one graph is there where a b c d nodes are there and the edges are there. Now we want to identify minimum cost spanning tree. So in spanning tree, we have to include all the nodes, and number of edges should be the minimum. So we can form the spanning tree like this way, we can form a spanning tree like this way, or you can form spanning tree like this way. So if you form spanning tree like this way, so the total cost will be what? 2 plus 9 plus 6, that is 17. Or if you form spanning tree like this way, so the total cost will be what? 2 plus 4 plus 6, that is 12. And if you form like this way, so the total cost 2 plus 3 plus 6. Okay, so all these are the feasible solutions. Out of feasible solution, this is the best solution, so it is called the optimal solution. Similarly, knapsack problem is there. So already I think you know the knapsack problem. So here 4 items are there: I1, I2, I3 and A4. The weights are 10 kilograms, 20 kilograms, 20 kilograms and 30 kilograms, and the cost is say 50 units, 100 units, 100 units and 90 units. Now it may be the rupees, or it may be the dollar, it may be the pound, and there is one constraint. The constraint is what? Knapsack can carry only 40 kilograms. So that means what? We cannot take items more than, the total weight should not be more than 40 kilograms. Okay, we can take less than 40, but we cannot take more than 40 kilograms. So we can select item 1 and item 4. So total weight is 40 kilogram and total cost will be what? 50 plus 90, 50 plus 90, that is 140 unit. Or you can select I2 and I3. So if you select I2 and I3, so total weights will be 20 plus 20, that is 40 kilogram. And total cost will be what? 100 plus 100, that is 200 unit. And definitely if you select these two, so both are the feasible solution. So the best solution is this one. So we can say this is what the optimal solution. So we have to identify this one. Similarly, you can select I1, I2 and I3. So if you select I1, I2, I3, so total weights will be what? 10 plus 20 plus 20, that is 50 kilograms. So it should not take 50, it should not select all the items together, because it exists 40 kilograms. So definitely we cannot take this combination. Okay, so definitely it is not the optimal solution or the feasible solution. Using this traditional or non-traditional technique, we have to identify the best solution, optimal solutions. So we have to identify this particular graph, or we have to identify this particular combinations. Okay, so integer programming problem, real valued problem, or mixed integer problem, or linear optimization problem, or non-linear optimization problem, all these are the traditional technique. Okay, so in traditional technique, few limitations are there. We will see one by one. So it is computationally expensive. Computationally expensive, but it needs more time and space. Parallel computing may not be suitable. Parallel computing, we cannot implement parallel computing properly. Methods may fail if the objective function is discontinuous. Say this is what our objective function. Okay, say this is what our y(f(x). Okay, and if it is x, so if the function is discontinuous, so we cannot identify the best value. Methods may not be necessarily adaptive. So adaptive means what? It cannot change according to the environment. Okay, though, so the solution cannot be changed according, or methods cannot be changed according to the environment. Difficult to handle integer or discrete variables. So we can implement soft computing tools. So we can apply soft computing tools, can be applied to remove the problems, to reduce the limitation of the traditional optimization problem. Okay, new non-traditional techniques are there. So the non-traditional techniques for algorithm which follow biological behaviors. So genetic algorithms, and colony optimization, and artificial neural network. Okay, or algorithms may follow some physical behavior, for example, simulated annealing, particle swarming optimization, or fuzzy logic. So in this particular playlist, we will discuss only the genetic algorithm, where we use genetics and evolution concept. Okay, now first, before that, we should know the classification of optimization technique. So optimization technique, these two types, deterministic and stochastic. So if it is a deterministic, so it may be infinite or finite. So if it is a finite, then it is real valued or discrete. So in real valued, we divide this into two parts, multi-set and single stage. And if it is single stage, it may be linear and non-linear. So, and already you know, in stochastic, we use random cost or random unit to solve the problem. So what is the difference between deterministic search and stochastic search? So in deterministic search, steepest gradient methods are applied. Okay, and in stochastic approach, random variables are used. Okay, now these are the few example of non-traditional search and optimization methods. So simulated annealing, and colony optimization, random cost, evolution strategy, genetic algorithm, and cellular automata. So in this video, we'll discuss only the genetic algorithm. Okay, so what is the difference between traditional method and genetic algorithm? So genetic algorithm uses whole data point at one time, but in traditional method starts from the single point. Genetic algorithm uses randomized operators, but traditional method uses deterministic operators to improve the search direction. So what is genetic algorithm? So in genetic algorithm, use the concept of genetics and the evolutionary concept to optimize something. So genetic algorithm is what? It is a non-traditional optimization technique. So question is, why should you apply genetic algorithm? Now, problems to optimize highly complex objective function. If the objective function is very complex, then few problems are there. So first problem is what? Difficult to model mathematically. Second is what? Computationally very expensive. It is NP-hard problem. Okay, and large number of parameters are required. Okay, so difficult to model mathematically. Say we can see, say y is equal to something. So that particular identification of that particular function, to model that particular function is very difficult if the objective function is very complex. or it's a computationally very expensive. So NP hard problem, that already you know what is NP hard problem. So non-deterministic polynomial. So the problem which is as hard as the NP. Okay, and it's a large number of parameters are required. So if large number of parameters are there required, and handling such type of parameters is very difficult. So we may use genetic algorithm which uses two basic biological processes, genetic and evolution. And it is introduced by Professor J. Holland in 1965. Okay, so genetic algorithm. So what is gene and genetics? So the basic building blocks in living bodies are cells. Okay, so this is, suppose one cell is there and each cell carries gene, the basic unit of the heredity. Okay, so we can see all living organism consist of cells. In each cell there is a set of chromosome, okay, which are strings of DNA and serve as a model for the whole organism. So we can say this is what about the DNA sequence. So DNA is what? Deoxyribonucleic acid. So all the genetic codes are encoded in this particular gene, and it consists of some nucleotides A, T, G, C. So A for adenine, T for thymine, G for guanine, and C for cytosine. These are called the protein substances, and the shape is called the double helix. Okay, so a chromosome consists of genes as a blocks of DNA. Each gene encodes a particular pattern and the encode trait. For a species, DNA code is unique, and DNA code is used as a biometric trait. Okay, now what is reproduction? So suppose two haploids are there, so X and Y. It merges. Okay, so each chromosome from both the haploids are combined to have a full number. So it combines both the haploids and identify the diploids. So a reproduction cell has a half of the number of chromosomes. So that, so for example, this is the haploid from the father and this is the haploid from mother, and it combines both the haploid to get the diploid of the offspring or the child. Okay, there is a concept that is called crossover point. Now you can see two chromosomes are there and information from two different organism body cells. So this is the chromosome from father, is the chromosome from mother. So for the father and mother, three children are there: children 1, children 2, children 3. The traits or the characteristics of the children are different generally. So the reason is what? Random crossover point make infinite diversity, and the reason is what? Random crossover. Suppose two chromosomes are there, so it may be, suppose for the children 1, the crossover may be like in this particular point for children 1. For children 2, crossover like this particular point, and for children 3, crossover like this way. So these are the crossover points, and from this particular crossover we identify all the genes. Okay, so for the children 1 it will be like that, for children 2 it may be like that, and for children 3 it may be like that. Next we'll discuss about few genetics related information. Say heredity for information propagation. An offspring has many of its characteristics of its parent. So the characteristics of the child is very similar to the characteristics of the parent. Actually, parent passes its characteristics to the children. Diversity for population diversity. So variations in characteristics in the next generation. Say this is what our present generation, this is the next generation. So there must be, this should not be the similar. Okay, the characteristics should not be the similar. Few difference must be there. Selection for survival for the existence. Only small percentage of the offspring produced survive to adulthood. Suppose one dog is there, and say 4 puppies are there. Out of 4, only 1 or 2 will survive. Not all. Next, ranking for survival to the best. Survival offspring depends on their inherited characteristics. So okay, if the survival, suppose one, say 4 offspring are there, so the offspring 1 or the survival of the offspring depends upon the characteristics of the offspring, or the whether it is best or not, whether it is fittest or not. Next is the mutation. To make the process dynamic intentionally, when variation is population going to stable. So here we apply mutation to identify to insert variability. So definition of genetic algorithm. Genetic algorithm is a population-based probabilistic search and optimization technique which works based on the mechanism of natural cell genetics and natural evolution. So what is genetic algorithm? It is optimization technique to search something probabilistically. Okay, and it uses two concepts, natural genetics and natural evolution. So during the creation of offspring, recombination occurs, and in that process genes from parents form a whole new chromosome in some way. The newly created offspring can then be mutated, that is modification of DNA. These changes are mainly caused by errors in copying genes from parents. The fitness of an organism is measured by means of success of organism in life. Okay, now see the simple flowchart of the genetic algorithm. Start, initial population is there, and check the convergence. If it is satisfied, then stop the process. Otherwise, um, follow this particular steps: selection and reproduction. Okay, and then identify the next generation, and then once again it will check whether it will converge or not. If it is converged, then okay. Otherwise, go through this particular path. So two main steps are there: selection and reproduction. So we can see little bit detail. Start is there, initial population is there, here parameters are defined, and this is the initial population, and it will check whether it is converged or not. It will satisfy something or not. If it is satisfied, then it's okay. Otherwise it will execute this particular part: selection and reproduction. Inside selection, two steps are there: evolution, the fitness, and selection mate. Select the mate. And in reproduction, three steps are there: crossover, mutation, and inversion. Okay, so we can see it is an iterative process. You can see this is what our iterative process. If it is satisfied, then okay. Otherwise, follow this particular path. It is a searching technique. So genetic algorithm is what? It's a searching technique. It searches something. Now algorithm may converge or may not. Algorithm may converge or may not. If it converges, okay. Otherwise, we have to stop the process forcefully. Solution is not necessarily guaranteed. It's very important. Now using genetic algorithm, we may get the result or we may not get the result. Okay, so identify the following things to solve the problem. Suppose we want to apply genetic algorithm, these are the things we have to identify. So first one is input parameters, fitness evaluation, constraint, objective function, encoding and decoding. Discuss all these things in detail. Okay, now see some G operations. So the 7 G operations are there: encoding, okay, encoding, mating pool, fitness evaluation, crossover, convergence, mutation, and inversion. So these are very important. We will discuss one by one. So in short, encoding is what? To represent the problem and solution to fit with the GA framework. Mating pool to generate next population. Fitness evaluation to evaluate a solution. Crossover to produce the diverse set of next solutions. Convergence to decide the termination criteria. Mutation to explore other solutions. Inversion to explore optima to move from one optima to other. Okay, so we will discuss all in detail. Next, types of genetic algorithm. Three simple different types of genetic algorithm there: simple genetic algorithm, steady state genetic algorithm, and messy genetic algorithm. Okay, now see basic step of simple genetic algorithm. So it's a start: create initial population of size n. Okay, so what is n? N is the initial population size. Now here, first of all, evaluate each individual. Okay, after that, whether we have to check whether convergence criteria met or not. If it is yes, then return the individuals with the best fitness value and stop the process. Otherwise, we have to select NP number of individuals to form the next generation. Create mating pool randomly, pair the parents for generating new offspring. Apply crossover to create new offspring. Mutate the offspring. Apply inversion on the offspring. Okay, and then replace all the individuals in the last generation with the new offspring created. And we have to once again evaluate each individuals, and we have to check the convergence. Okay, so here suppose first time generation 1 is there, it will create generation 2. Okay, it will create generation 2. After creation of generation 2, it will replace all the generation 1, and we have to check, we have to evaluate the chromosome from individual from generation 2, and we have to follow the process, and we have to create generation 3, and then replace generation 2 with generation 3, and then we have to evaluate and we have to check, and the process will continue. Next, features of simple genetic algorithm. So 5 features are there. First is what? Computationally expensive. So it will take time and space. Perform well when initial population size is large and it gives better result. So if the initial population is large, then it will give the good result. Have overlapping generation since only small part of the individuals are replaced. The best result may appear in any iteration. Now selection is biased towards more highly fit individuals, and it is expected that the average fitness is increased in successive iteration. So search space, the space for all possible feasible solutions is called the search space. Okay, now each solution is evaluated by some fitness value. Now we can see here, suppose already you know the knapsack problem. Inside the knapsack problem, here say 4 items are there and associated costs are there. Now a knapsack can carry maximum 50 kilogram. That is the constraint. Now we can select item 1 and item 4 in a particular solution. In another solution, we may select item 2 and item 3. In another solution, we can select only item 4. In a fourth solution, we may select item 1 or item 2. Okay, so this is what the search space. So where we have to identify. And each and every search, in each and every solution, we have to identify the fitness value. Now, searching for optimal solution means looking for extrema. Extrema means either maximum or minimum in a search space. Okay, now we can see genetic algorithm starts with a set of solutions called the population. These are what? The set of solution that is called the population. The whole is called the population. Solutions for one populations are taken and used to form a new populations according to their fitness value. So we have to, so say this is what our present generation. Now we have to select the fittest gene, fittest individual to form the next generation. Now repeat the whole process till the convergence criteria is satisfied. Okay, advantages of genetic algorithm. Now it supports multi-object optimization. It is robust on noisy environment, so it works well in the noisy environment. Inherently parallel and easily distributed. Flexible in forming building blocks for hybrid application. Easy to understand and modular, separate from applications. Okay. Next, GA searches from a population of points, not a single point. Genetic algorithm is stochastic and can operate on various representations. GA works well on mixed problem. The question is when to use genetic algorithm. Now 3 points are there. Alternative solutions are too slow or overly complicated. In that case, we have to apply genetic algorithm. Problem is similar to one that has already been successfully solved by using genetic algorithm. Suppose one problem is there. Through this particular problem, we can use genetic algorithm. Now suppose problem 2 is similar to the problem 1. Then for problem 2 also we can apply genetic algorithm. Now suppose we want to hybridize with an existing solution. Suppose we have one solution is there and we have solved it using genetic algorithm. Now we can update something. We can update that particular genetic algorithm to accommodate the new problem. Finally, disadvantage of genetic algorithm. Now genetic algorithm is computationally very expensive. That is time consuming. It is very time consuming because it is an iterative process. And designing objective function and getting the representation and operators right can be difficult. So identifying the right operators for objective function and representation is a very tough time complex process. तो जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम तो हम लोग यहाँ पे डिस्कशन कर रहे थे. एक फंक्शन है y इज इक्वल टू एफ एक्स. ठीक है, तो फॉर एग्जांपल y इज इक्वल टू 3x माइनस 12/4. तो इसमें क्या है, हम लोग का देखना क्या है कि हम लोग का ऑप्टिमल वैल्यू ऑफ y निकालना है. सो ऑप्टिमल वैल्यू कब होगा, इस किस x वैल्यू के लिए ऑप्टिमल होगा, ये हम लोग को निकालना है. सो ऑप्टिमल वैल्यू ये मैक्सिमम भी हो सकता है, मिनिमम भी हो सकता है। ठीक है, तो हम लोग का क्या है कि कोई भी ऑप्टिमल वैल्यू निकालने के लिए हम लोग को मिनिमाइज निकालना होगा, नहीं तो मैक्सिमम निकालना होगा। तो वाई आई इज इक्वल टू, तो इसमें क्या है एफ आई एक्स वन एक्स टू, तो एक्स वन एक्स टू एक्स एन ये क्या, दिस आर द, ये सब क्या है, ये सब इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स है, और वाई क्या है, डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल है, जिसमें हम लोग कॉन्स्टेंट भी डिफाइन करते हैं। तो बहुत सारा तरीका है इसको हम लोग को सॉल्व करने, बहुत दो तरह का प्रॉब्लम होता है, कॉन्स्टेंट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन प्रॉब्लम होता है और अनकॉन्स्टेंट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन प्रॉब्लम। सो अनकॉन्स्टेंट में क्या होता है कि जिसमें कोई कंस्ट्रेंट नहीं रहता है, और कांस्टेंट में क्या होता है कि जिसमें एक या एक से ज़्यादा कांस्टेंट उसमें रहता है। तो बहुत सारा तरीका है सॉल्व करने के लिए, एक है इंटीजर प्रोग्रामिंग प्रॉब्लम, रियल वैल्यू प्रॉब्लम, मिक्स्ड इंटीजर प्रॉब्लम, लीनियर ऑप्टिमाइजेशन प्रॉब्लम, ओके, नॉन लीनियर ऑप्टिमाइजेशन प्रॉब्लम, जिसमें हम लोग देखें दो तरह का प्रॉब्लम, जिसमें है मिनिमम कॉस्ट स्पैनिंग ट्री और नैपसैक प्रॉब्लम। मिनिमम स्पैनिंग ट्री में हम लोग क्या देख रहे थे कि मिनिमम पाथ का कब कब किस समय मिनिमम पाथ हो रहा है, किस मिनिमम स्पैनिंग ट्री में, किस स्पैनिंग ट्री में, ये सब तीनों के तीनों क्या है, स्पैनिंग ट्री है, किस समय जो पाथ है मिनिमम है, तो इस समय मिनिमम पाथ है, तो ये हो गया हम लोग का ऑप्टिमल सॉल्यूशन। उसी तरह से नैपसैक प्रॉब्लम में भी कांस्टेंट हम लोग के पास है कि 40 किलोग्राम से ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए। तो हम लोग को कौन सा आइटम सेलेक्ट करना होगा जिससे कि इस कांस्टेंट को भी हम लोग सेटिस्फाई करेंगे और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हम लोग वैल्यू को हम लोग एकोमोडेट कर सकते हैं। तो इसमें अगर हम लोग देखेंगे कि I1 और I4 लेंगे, तो इसमें हम लोग देखेंगे कि I1 और I4 लेंगे तो 40 किलो हो रहा है, या टोटल यूनिट हो रहा है 140। अगर I2 I3 लेंगे टोटल हो रहा है 40 के जी, और टोटल यूनिट हो रहा है 200 यूनिट। तो डेफिनेटली हम लोग इसको लेना है क्योंकि इसका यूनिट ज़्यादा आ रहा है। ठीक है, तो ट्रेडिशनल में कुछ लिमिटेशंस है, उस लिमिटेशंस को दूर करने के लिए हम लोग सॉफ्ट कंप्यूटिंग टूल अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। तो सॉफ्ट कंप्यूटिंग टूल में दो तरह का हम लोग बहुत सारा टेक्निक हम लोग अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, बायोलॉजिकल टेक्निक अप्लाई कर सकते हैं और फिजिकल टेक्निक भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। तो जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम जो है वो बायोलॉजिकल प्रोसेस को वो कॉपी करता है। ओके, तो उसके बाद हम लोग क्या देखे थे कि ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, क्लासिफिकेशन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन टेक्निक, इसमें कुछ ऑप्टिमाइजेशन टेक्निक है जिसमें बेसिक दो तरह का है, डिटर्मिनिस्टिक एंड स्टोकास्टिक। स्टोकास्टिक क्या है कि इसमें रैंडम वेरिएबल्स है। ओके, तो इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि डिटर्मिनिस्टिक मतलब कि डेफिनेटली हम लोग को रिजल्ट मिलेगा ही मिलेगा, बट इसमें ये थोड़ा टाइम कंज्यूमिंग होता है। स्टोकास्टिक में क्या होता है कि हम लोग रैंडम वेरिएबल यूज़ कर रहे हैं, तो इसमें रिजल्ट मिल भी सकता है, नहीं भी मिल सकता है, तो बट ये काफ़ी फास्ट होता है। ठीक है, तो नॉन ट्रेडिशनल में ये सब जो है कुछ नॉन ट्रेडिशनल टेक्निक है। तो सिमुलेटेड एनालिंग, एंड ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, रैंडम कॉस्ट इवोल्यूशन स्ट्रेटेजी, जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम, सिल्वर ऑटोमेटा, इस प्लेलिस्ट में हम लोग सिर्फ जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम के बारे में बात करेंगे। ठीक है, तो दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या है, दोनों में डिफरेंस ये है जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम और इसमें डिफरेंस क्या है कि जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम यूजेस होल डेटा पॉइंट्स एट वन टाइम। तो जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम में जितना भी सॉल्यूशन है एक बार ले लेता है। ठीक है, ट्रेडिशनल क्या करते हैं, एक पॉइंट से स्टार्ट करते हैं। समझ में आ रहा है, जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम क्या करते हैं, सबके सब सॉल्यूशंस को एक साथ लेते हैं। जैसे यहाँ पे हम लोग देख रहे थे, जैसे हम लोग देख रहे थे कि ये एक सॉल्यूशन है, ये एक सॉल्यूशन है। तो जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम क्या करते हैं कि सबके सब सॉल्यूशंस को एक साथ ले सकते हैं। सपोज ये एक सॉल्यूशन हो सकता है, ये एक सॉल्यूशन हो सकता है, ये एक सॉल्यूशन हो सकता है। ठीक है, तो जो जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम के सबको एक साथ लेके वो प्रोसेस करता है, बट ट्रेडिशनल टेक्निक कोई भी एक पर्टिकुलर को स्टार्ट करता है। ये बहुत ही मतलब इंपॉर्टेंट एक डिफरेंस है। और दूसरा बात है कि जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम यूजेस ट्रेडिशनल रैंडमाइज ऑपरेटर, इसमें प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक आ जाता है, बट ट्रेडिशनल मेथड जो डिटर्मिनिस्टिक ऑपरेटर यूज करते हैं। ये एक मेन पार्ट है। तो क्वेश्चन है कब हम लोग यूज करेंगे जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम, जब मैथमेटिकल मॉडल निकालना डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है, और जो अगर जो मॉडल है वो काफ़ी एक्सपेंसिव है, काफ़ी टाइम कंज्यूमिंग है, और बहुत सारा पैरामीटर्स चाहिए, है ना। अगर हम लोग नॉन डिटर्मिनिस्टिक अगर लेंगे, अगर हम लोग ट्रेडिशनल लेंगे, तो अगर मैथमेटिकली मॉडल करना काफ़ी, डिफाइन करना काफ़ी डिफिकल्ट है, काफ़ी टाइम कंज्यूमिंग है, काफ़ी ज़्यादा पैरामीटर्स हैं। उस केस में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम करते हैं, जिसमें दो इंपॉर्टेंट हम लोग कंसेप्ट यूज करते हैं, जेनेटिक एंड इवोल्यूशन। ये दोनों चीज़ हम लोग डिफाइन करते हैं। एक पॉइंट है दैट इज कॉल्ड क्रॉसओवर पॉइंट। होता क्या है कि अगर ये फादर एंड मदर है, तो एक एक पेरेंट्स का तीन बच्चा है, तीनों बच्चे में जो डिफरेंस रहता है, सिमिलरिटी रहता है, डिफरेंस भी रहता है। डिफरेंस क्यों क्यों रहता है, ये क्रॉसओवर के लिए रहता है। ये क्रॉसओवर, ये दोनों जीन है, सपोज दोनों का क्रॉसओवर कहीं पे भी हो सकता है ना, बीच में भी हो सकता है, साइड में भी हो सकता है, एक का बीच में दूसरे का साइड में हो सकता है। तो तीनों जो बच्चा बनेगा अलग अलग बच्चा बनेगा, दोनों का जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है वो अलग अलग होगा। ठीक है। और उसके बाद फिर क्या है कि हम लोग देख रहे थे कि कुछ जेनेटिक रिलेटेड हम लोग जो इन्फॉर्मेशन हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं, जैसे कि पेरेंट का इन्फॉर्मेशन, पेरेंट का जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स वो चाइल्ड में आ जाता है। जो जनरेशन टू जनरेशन जो होता है वो उसमें डाइवर्सिटी रहता है। और जो साइबर से मतलब हम क्या, सपोज एक 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 डॉगी का 3-4 पपी है, तो उसमें से सब के सब नेक्स्ट जिंदा नहीं रहता है, 2-3 सी सिर्फ जिंदा रहता है। ये क्यों रहता है? क्योंकि जो बेस्ट है ना वही वही जिंदा रह जाता है। हम लोग सिलेक्शन करते हैं, हम लोग को जो हम लोग इवोल्यूट करते हैं, जो इस एनवायरनमेंट के लिए फिट है वही रह जाता है, बाकी सब का डेथ हो जाता है। अच्छा, तो फिर इसका मतलब हम लोग क्या करेंगे कि जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम होता है क्या कि एक ऑप्टिमाइजेशन टेक्निक है। वो क्या करता है, बेस्ट वैल्यू को सर्च करता है, और वो सर्च करने के लिए क्या करता है, प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक का कंसेप्ट अप्लाई होता है, जिसमें दो जेनेटिक रिलेटेड इन्फॉर्मेशन, नेचुरल जेनेटिक्स एंड नेचुरल एवोल्यूशन, ये दोनों कंसेप्ट वो यूज करता है। फ्लो चार्ट है, बेसिक फ्लो चार्ट है, जिसमें हम लोग इनिशियल पॉपुलेशन रहता है ना। हम लोग देखे थे कि जैसे 110 आइटम नंबर, पहला 2 लिए, दूसरा तीसरा लिए, ये हो गया हम लोग का, ऐसा ले सकते हैं, ऐसा ले सकते हैं, ऐसा ले सकते हैं। तो ये क्या होगी, इनिशियल पॉपुलेशन हो गया। हम लोग चेक करेंगे एक एक का इंडिविजुअल को हम लोग चेक करेंगे, फिर अगर देखेंगे कि कन्वर्जेंस सेटिस्फाई हो रहा है तो ठीक है, नहीं तो फिर हम लोग ये दोनों पॉइंट हम लोग तीनों स्टेप हम लोग परफॉर्म करते हैं, सिलेक्शन एंड रिप्रोडक्शन। तो सिलेक्शन में क्या रहता है, सिलेक्शन में पहले हम लोग इवेल्युएट करते हैं, फिर सिलेक्ट करते हैं, बेस्ट को सिलेक्ट करते हैं। और रिप्रोडक्शन में ये 3 पॉइंट रहते हैं, क्रॉसओवर, म्यूटेशन एंड इन्वर्जन। तो जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम क्या है, इटरेटिव प्रोसेस है। And that is the end of this particular video. Thank you very much.